Good to go. Cool. Hello, everybody. We just wanted to do a little pilot episode here. This is for the Couple of Sports podcast. My name is Dane, and this is AJ. We're looking forward to uh, getting to just kind of talk sports and hang out, be ourselves. Um, we wanted to do a little bit of a pilot episode on top of doing probably Thursday night streams and being able to live stream the games and kind of our reactions and talking through with people that we know and fans and things like that. But in the meantime, we will be doing more than likely weekday morning, kind of like a radio show, just a quick recap of sports and things that happened the day before. But yeah, I mean, we're super excited, and we just wanted to go over a couple of quick things like our favorite teams, our predictions for the year, and things like that. So thank goodness it's here. It's finally here. I wish we were recording this prior to the first Sunday, and I would be in a little bit better mood about it. But I am a Broncos fan through and through. We had a rough day today, but like I said, we're going to save our recaps and everything for later because this is scheduled a little odd. But yeah, I'm a Broncos fan, and I was a Broncos fan since I was a kid. So I'm not just a Peyton or a Tebow bandwagoner. I've been through the mud with them since a long time ago. And I was not quite old enough for the '90s Super Bowls, so I really didn't get to enjoy those. So I really am. I've been just beaten down more than I've gotten to live it up. But I guess we have a future to look forward to. But yeah, I mean yours is pretty easy because you get to rock with your Philly faithful, and so yeah, we'll jump right over. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead. Yeah, if you want to clean your clean slate. Yeah, you're definitely into soccer. I remember even just like considering playing one year and just like signing up, and immediately my mom was like, "You like talk with your hands. There's no way you can play a game without your hands." And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right on that." I was like, "This probably ain't for me. I'll stick to basketball." Yeah, I should have just done that. That's also facts. That's fact. I think that is maybe what did it for me though, is that like basketball, like I get to run around nonstop and burn the energy that I have built up. So maybe that's what it was. I would have got bored standing there. That's how it was for baseball. I couldn't stand in the outfield that long, and I was terrible. That's why I was out there to begin with. And so it was like, all right, yeah, I can't do this. Like find somebody that wants to do this. But yeah, I mean, for me, I've been a Celtics fan. I know that's a tough one to swallow because they just won a championship, but I see how my friends can vouch. I've been a diehard Celtics fan for years. Yeah, but I yeah, I know, right? But, with the Celtics being said that though, I will always root for a good game 7 before I want the Celtics to just win or blow anybody out, like, when it comes to the finals of the NBA playoffs, like, I just wanna see good, clean basketball, like, I mean, not even clean, they can get physical, they can get a little chippy, but, yeah, I just wanna see good, solid basketball, like, I wanna see a game that has you on your seat the whole time, like, I'm not interested in 30-point blowouts and a 4-0 lead. Like that doesn't do anything for me. I want to see game 7, double overtime, like the things you do. We grew up pretending in the driveway where you're 3, 2, 1. Okay, no, you missed it. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no, no, you missed it. Do it again. 3, 2. Like, yeah, yeah, those are the things you dream of being able to watch or do or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I'll take a good game over them any day, but I mean, yeah, if I had to pick, I want the Celtics to clear the table every time. So and then right. Yeah. And I know too, like yeah, like for me, it's like a math thing too. Like if everybody wins 4-0, you only have, X amount of number of games before the season ends. If every series goes to 7 games, we got like 20 extra games on the season. Like that'll never happen in the NFL. You don't get extra games. You might get an overtime or two, but yeah, in the NBA, you get literally extra games added to the season. So like, yeah, sign me up for all the basketball. So and then NHL and MLB, I've never really been a big one in those two. Again, I like to see games. I just want to see a good solid game. Baseball, I just couldn't quite do it. I don't know. I'll have to pick one. I have to do it like in the off season or something when I pick a team because we tried doing it the other night for the WNBA and I just couldn't come up with one. I think I picked the Aces. I think that's what I ended up drawing on. But no, oh no, the Mystics, the Michigan Mystics. That's what I said. Yeah, the Washington Mystics. Yeah, it was a shame. I like the parentheses, Caitlin Clark in your notes. A little bit, a little bit. Yeah, yeah. It's a fun detour that sports takes you on, but yeah, then for us both, college football, that's another one where I don't want to look like the bandwagon guy with Celtics and Michigan both in mine, but I mean Michigan got blown out today or yesterday, so but yeah, again, sorry, no recap stuff, but yeah, it's yeah, we both have been Michigan fans since we were kids. And I think I honestly got it from you. And I just was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? My best friend's a Michigan fan. Like, why not? I'll root for them. Why not? Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I can remember like early 2000s, like you talking about Michigan as a college football stance. Yeah, I do remember that too. Yes. Yep. They're so nice. They're so it's hard to not love that. So I remember growing up seeing like Jordan playing, and it just was like this is like their jerseys are so cool. And obviously, when I say growing up watching Jordan play, I mean like YouTube highlights, but like in that era, we were like just post Jordan, pre Kobe era, and it was like UNC is so sick. Their colors are so badass. The UNC Duke rivalry, I think, is what like sold it for me. Where it was like, yeah, you pick one of them, but just be a part of that. Like that is so sick to be a part of. Like Yankees, Red Sox, Lakers, Celtics, UNC Duke, like Eagles, Cowboys, like like that's where the money is. Like those are the ones you want to see no matter what. Put those two teams in the last game of the season and let them duke it out. Like yeah, that's so sick to be able to watch. But yeah, and then I see you got your NASCAR and your Formula One, and we had kind of touched on that the other night. That's yeah, it's not. I don't. I need to pick up some team. I said I would probably go with the Jordan team, but I wasn't real big on the two drivers he has. One is too punchable, and one is too much drama. So I was like, maybe I need to skip over that. But wonder how many times we can say we aren't bandwagon fans as we pick champions, and people actually believe us. We both like 3 or 4 times like sorry that we picked a championship team. Yeah, why not? Bandwagon or not. Maybe we'll be we can start the trend of allowing bandwagons. Yeah, that's true. You have some solidarity. I do not. I'm all over the place. I think that's the thing for me though. So I'm all over, but like, yeah. That's what Rand said that the other day where she was like, I'm kind of getting into football. And she was like, I feel like I could be an Eagles fan. And I was like, no, you're yeah, that would fit you so well. And I was like, that does actually fit you so well. I was like, you are Philly through and through. I was like that. I said, you might be more of a Philly fan than some of my friends. I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. I was like, that checks out so much. Yeah. And then go ahead. No, no, no. Go ahead. Nope. Go ahead. Yeah, that Netflix. Yeah, yeah. UNC. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to Google that then because I don't know. I did, however, while we were doing this, I had to do it quick because there's another one too that we had talked about. Was that like I wouldn't say a big UFC fan because like I don't know all the ins and outs and the nuances and the rules and all that stuff. But like if I'm free on a Saturday night, I am definitely illegally streaming, if not buying a UFC fight. Like I'm watching because like it's just like it's so fun to watch. Like this upcoming weekend, next Saturday, Sean O'Malley fights, and so like he's just like such a fun striker to watch. So super excited to watch that. But what I was actually going to say was we were looking it up and we had touched on it the other night of why I was a Broncos fan because my dad had like a petty argument with his parents and the Eagles, who was my grandfather's team, lost to the Broncos on one weekend, and my dad was like, "That's who I like now. That's my team." I did some digging because I was like, I wonder if I could find that. Like, I wonder if that's real. Like, what if my dad was just kind of telling a story? If there's like legitimacy to that? And I found it because he just said that they won by a lot. And if I look, and he said he was like 12 or 13, September 21st, 1986, the Broncos beat the Eagles 33-7 in Philadelphia. And he had said that they didn't have like cable or Sunday ticket like that, so you only got a couple channels. They were in Philly. That's why he even got to see it. So he was like, I wouldn't have even known the Broncos from another team. Happened to see them on an old box TV that day, beat up on the Eagles. And he was like, yeah, I'm a Broncos fan. And I was like, dude, in that time in 1986, like you probably couldn't even watch another Broncos game for like the whole year. He was like, yeah, think I saw of like the rest of the year. Like you check the paper for the scores, and that's when you're like, yeah, they won yesterday. And I was like, that's crazy. But yeah, so that's yeah. So there was like legitimacy to it that there was a real date. That yeah, it was a 33-7 win for the Broncos in Philly, September 21st. You were coming up on a 38-year anniversary of it of when my dad became a Bronco fan, and it's just bled into me ever since. Yeah, it's so crazy. The Broncos have an all-time record of 5-9 versus the Eagles. Sad face. Yeah. Yeah, and I think too that we both have an open mind with that kind of stuff. Like as you talk to me about Formula One and NASCAR, like I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna get a little more linked in, and I know getting you into a couple of like the UFC, like because it's not like wrestling where it's like fake beefs and stuff. And I mean, they argue to get the ratings up and they some of that stuff, and then they're boys after the fight. But like there are some that are like these guys legitimately do not like each other, and they're like 270-pound monsters, just like absolutely. Yeah, so it's like to get those 2 into a ring for 25 minutes, it's like, "Yes, please. Yes, please." So, yeah, but yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, yeah. Paying for it sucks too, yeah. I think the first time I got really linked into it, I was with a couple of people from the trailer park that I don't even know if it's worth saying their names, so I won't, but just, like, old buddies from the trailer park. Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't even wanna give them the time of day, but yeah, it was just some old people from the trailer park that they were watching it one night, and they were like, "Hey, you can come up, like, my dad bought the fight," and I was like, "Alright, cool," and I went up and I was watching it, and I just was like, "I don't really get it," and then, like, 10 minutes in, I was, like, on the couch yelling with them, and I was like, "Yeah!" And then, like, I didn't even know the people, but, like, I was picking up on their energy, and so it's one of those things where it's like, once you watch it with a couple people that know what's going on, like, it's really hard to, like, shake that bug where you're like, "Damn, I really wanna do that I wanna do that again," like, that was fun. Oh, see, it's harder, yeah. Interesting, interesting. Just haven't picked up on watching. No, it's yeah, that's not it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a yeah. Yeah. Like these guys are really getting hurt sometimes. Like these dudes are beating the life out of each other. I think for me, I personally am such a non-violent person. Like I would never, like bigger than me or smaller than me. Like I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to get in any fights. Like I don't care if you're bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. Like there's probably a better way to talk about this. There's no reason to fight on it. It's so dumb. But like two grown consenting adults that want to fight, like, oh, I'm popcorn with a sideways phone screaming world star. Yeah, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm screaming world star every time I have an opportunity. That's yeah, that's phew, the bags that are there, the celebrities in the stadium and stuff, like, yeah, it gets a little crazy, but we tackled our favorites. That's, yeah, we should definitely recap our division winners. And no changing, no changing. We have to stick to it. That's it. Yes, 100%. Yep, yep. Surprised us that evening. Yeah, during the live stream from my personal page, we hit 100 followers. Every one of y'all. Yeah, 6 or 7 days. Yeah, a handful of days. Yeah, and that's like and like a true testament to like how unscripted and raw this is. AJ and I did have a conversation prior to this episode starting where we both were like, yeah, no, it probably makes sense not to mention the episode that didn't work because anybody hearing us for the first time now won't know what we're talking about. And then we both throughout this episode have mentioned what we said the other night like 10 times. And I just said it again. And that's why I was like, yeah, you're probably right. We should mention what actually happened. But yeah, that's, yeah. Anybody that was there for the live, we appreciate you. We love you. Anybody that was hanging out talking to us, we're gonna do it again. We broke a rule on accident of Facebook that I should have known was there from streaming background. But yeah, AJ and I were winging it last third on Thursday night. We were getting it all together and it was going well. I think we were kicking and everything was fun. We had a bunch of people in there commenting and stuff. Like conversations were rolling. And then all of a sudden the stream just went down and it was not, no live. And then Facebook gave me the notification that it wasn't going to be posted and only I could see it. And we were like, no way. And so yeah, I think we did a good job tonight of starting off raw again for anybody that really truly this is the first time they're hearing us talk about sports. We gave a little rundown, but yeah, there was a take one pilot episode the other night and it didn't work. So it's really not available anywhere. No one's ever gonna see it except for AJ and I. But yeah, so this will act as our true pilot episode. Yeah. Yeah, that's we yeah. So roll with the punches, roll with us. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. That's we're gonna feed off each other with this stuff. Yeah. It's yeah. There's things like that. Yeah, see, I'll feed off of you for baseball. I know. I mean, you're more of the any games at all. I'll watch. I like for baseball and hockey. Like I truly, once I see that commercial, that's like baseball playoffs starting next week. Stanley Cup series starting next week. I'm like, okay, I'm locked in now. What night is the game? Give me a game. I mean, let me see who's in the playoffs. Yes, yes, yeah. It's go time now. I also took the Dolphins. Yep. Yeah, I believe in Tua, Waddle, Reek, even though again I don't want to do too much today, but Reek got detained this morning and still came to an NFL game. Like I can't even get pulled over and continue my day without feeling frazzled. And he got handcuffed and put on the ground and still said, "Let me go get a tutty real quick." Yeah. Yeah, I feel good about that one. I feel good about they struggled a little early, but then they got their shit together. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think even healthy though, I think the Dolphins, like as long as they stay consistent and disciplined, like there's no like they're only gonna beat themselves. Like they have too many stars on the team. Like aside from injuries, like there's no reason it does. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I fully understand. I get it. I get it. I understand. Yeah, facts. Yep. Buffalo down there in Miami. Well, the Dolphins have that thing too where they rebuilt that new stadium so the sun hits directly on the visitor bench for 1 o'clock games. So you're sitting there cooking in the sun. I mean, to be fair, playoff games, like it's going to be, I mean, but it's Miami though, so it isn't really that much winter. So yeah, it's still going to be 80, 90 degrees, just pounding you in the face and you're trying to chill. And yes, I mean, they're over there in the jackets because they're actually cold under the shade. But yeah, I'm high on the Dolphins this year, even though they kind of struggled today a little. I'm high on them looking good for the rest of the year. All right, yeah, rolling right in then to AFC West. I unfortunately, even as a diehard Bronco fan, I can't imagine the Chiefs are going to fumble the bag this year on keeping that division. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, yeah, dude, that kid. Again, I don't want to do too much recap stuff today because I knew we were going to do this, but yeah, that kid is. I forget what is it, Xavier? Is it Xavier Worthy? Is that his name? Yeah, that's crazy. There's no reason we should anybody should let them get him. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, shit. Earlier when you made the joke about the Bengals being in the conference championship, I definitely thought you were talking about me, and then just now I was like, I picked the Ravens to win the division, but the Bengals to be in the conference championship, and I scrolled down and I was like, "Oh, AJ." Yeah, division. Yeah, that's how yeah, I didn't mean to do too much of a spoiler, but I saw that and I was like, "Oh, no, that was not me." But yeah, I had the Ravens for the AFC North. I think that they're just still again, the kind of, proves you can beat them. I don't think the Steelers are anywhere near that place. I don't think the Browns are, and the Bengals, they're just so hit or miss. I think the Ravens are they flake in the playoffs, but I think they're a little more consistent throughout the regular season. And Lamar has 2 MVPs now. They got Derrick Henry in the backfield. Like they got some good signs, and so that's why I was like, all right, I think yeah, again, that's yeah, taking it with a great yeah, you're playing the Chiefs, so that's yeah, like, imagine them playing, like, like the Panthers week 1 or something, they would've won 50 to nothing, and it would've looked amazing, and Lamar for MVP chance for coming out week 1, like, it could've been a very different story, but, yeah, losing by a touchdown on Super Bowl ceremony night ain't too bad. But yeah, then dragging down to AFC South, I had Texans, I'm high on Stroud and what? Yeah, last but not least for the AFC, that's yeah, I'm big on the Texans. I like Stroud, I like Mixon, I like Tank Dell. Yeah, I haven't been for a long time. They've been a dumpster fire with the QB carousel, the coaching carousel, like everything. But really like D'Amico Ryan's. I really like CJ Stroud. I like Mixon as an ad there. They have Tank Dell. They have Stephon Diggs. Hi, buddy. You can get back in bed. I'll be right up. Okay. Go get back in bed. I'll be right up there. Give me 1 second. You go get back in bed. I'll be right up. Okay. Yep. Come little kid distraction. As we said, this is all rolling unfiltered. So the kid just woke up out of bed and said good morning. Yeah, little macaroni going back to bed. That's true. In their own way. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a safe bet too. So, yeah, yeah. As yeah, again, even not trying to go into today too much. I think that they look good. They had the lead. Like they were. That's right. Yeah. And family ties. I can't look at I can't look at Trevor Lawrence without thinking about Remember the Titans. All I can see is sunshine, sunshine. All I can see is Mr. California. He cuts his hair and he kisses Gary Bertier and he tries to fight him. That's all. Every time I see Trevor Lawrence, I just see the dude in the locker room fighting Gary Bertier. All right, let's jump over. So yes, you guys. I got Dolphins, Chiefs, Ravens, Texans. You got Jags, Bengals, Chiefs, Dolphins for AFC. So go ahead and kick it off for NFC North. Yeah. Do you still hear me? Uh yeah. Good, good. Yep, NFC North, excuse me. Not quite. Oh, shit, that game's still on, right? Oh, they're well out of half. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Okay. Wouldn't have blamed you, but yeah. I did take the Lions. Mm, yeah, yeah. We want the best players out there playing their best football. Yep, just an MCL sprain. Did you see the video? Oh, oh, those pops make me shimmer. Oh, yeah, that's rough to watch, but yeah, so you're high on the Packers though. Yeah, I'm high on the Lions. That's yeah, I really like them this year. I'm just kind of having faith that again, like the prove to me that you can't do it again, or prove to me that you can beat them. But I mean, I think they could get in their own way and start fumbling the bag here in the end of the season. The Lions always seem to do that. If they start off strong, they fizzle. But I think Campbell and Goff like have a good connection there, and they're running the offense well. So we'll see how they work out. But all right, yeah, jumping down to NFC East. Oh, sorry, South, sorry, South. I literally in my head, I saw Atlanta and I was like, "East," and then, no, you're right, it's South. Yep, still high on them. Yeah, I still have some faith. I like Kirk Cousins down there. Disagree there, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't think they're 13, 14 wins. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's yeah, I don't think they're 13, 14, 15 wins, but I think they could win their division with 9 or 10 wins and still look pretty good and headed into the playoffs. So, all right. Jumping out to NFC West. Yep. Both have 49ers. We're both rocking with San Francisco. Yep. I stand with the 49ers. Yeah. Yeah. I cut out a little bit there, but I heard pretty much all that sped up in my ear. But yeah, the 49ers, yeah, same for me that like, yeah, you gotta kind of prove that you could beat them. Cause I mean, it's been is it two of the last three Super Bowls that they've been in? And that's yeah, it's just like they are at a point where that's right. So it was 5 years ago. But yeah, 2020, it was 49ers Chiefs, and then yeah, it's been Chiefs pretty much since. And then last year they lost. Yeah, that's right to the Eagles to get into there. But so yeah, I mean they've been there almost 3 of 5. Like yeah, like they're solid. Brock Purdy solid. Like Shanahan feels like he just has like that Atlanta 28-3 debacle just like is over his head. I feel like that aura is just like around him forever. So like they're gonna get to the conference championship, but like I would never put a dollar on the 49ers to win the Super Bowl this year. Like unless it's come playoff time and Christian McCaffrey has 3,000 rushing yards and it's like, "Oh, okay, he's buttered up and no one can tackle him." Then maybe, but like, yeah, other than that, like I just have such high expectations for them to flop late in the season. And like that's unfortunate, but I'm just kind of waiting for the crumble. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. Yeah. Out of your control. That's who was the no, they weren't that botched fake punt. No, the Cowboys did that to the 49ers, and that's how they lost to get to the Eagles. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I remember that play too, and I was like, "What the hell did I just watch?" That's a rough play. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, that nothing makes you happy. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you were happy that that was his last play ever. You said, "No, no, no, let's keep that one in the record books forever." Yeah, yeah. That's fair. I was gonna say, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did take him one pick before I was gonna get him. That's right. Yeah, no, I do vividly remember that. Yeah, yeah, and I agree. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, yeah, they're playing the Browns though, so that's one of those hit or miss things. I mean, you guys were playing an on a hot Jordan Love in the moment, and it was a struggle in Brazil, and you guys came out with it. So, yeah, yeah, clown us for yeah, clown us for him later. That's just I'm it's something that I fully understood over just like a few years of trying to do content and some streaming and things like that is like you can post all the good news you want and people are they're gonna care about it a little bit, but you post a wrong take, you post something incorrectly, you spell a headline wrong. Oh boy, your engagement is wild. So yeah, I mean, in my head, I kind of just want to be like, I'll bet $1,000 right now the Browns play the Bucks in the Super Bowl just because I know it'll cause people to lose their damn minds. But yeah, it's yeah. that that is hilarious. I really like that. That's a really solid life pro tip. Yeah. One to ask the question, one to answer incorrectly, and then just sit back and watch all of the actual correct right answers come in, and you'll get an answer in no time. Yeah. If you just pop out there and say, I need help, then no one cares. Yep. And they still win. Yeah. In Buffalo, which is no longer a problem. Yeah. Now I just gotta listen to him analyzing Fox games. Like, twice today, that game was on, and I was just like, "I know that voice. It's Tom fucking Brady. That's Tom Brady talking right now." Yeah, it's so weird. Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did see a stat that said that Burrow is 1 and 4 in week 1, and the one that he has won was the year that they won the Super Bowl. So, like, the other 4 that he lost, he hasn't won the Super Bowl, but then he's only played for 5 years. The one time he won week 1, he went on to win the Super Bowl. So, I think it's still they're like the 49ers where, like, I think they're gonna get far, and then they're just gonna fumble the bag somehow. Like, I just don't think they have all these contract issues and Jamar Chase being a baby about stuff and, like, Joe's getting paid and dressing like Justin Timberlake with the frosted tips and, like, yeah, I think that they have such a solid chance, but then I feel like they just fumble it away, and that was why I went with the Ravens. I think it's like a make it or break it year for them. Like I think this could be like a hardball hot seat year. I think this could be like a Lamar. Like yeah, I mean it's yeah, I guess so because like they just keep doing the same thing where they're like the Russell Westbrook of the NBA or the NFL where like they stat pad and everything looks awesome. The jerseys are sweet. They got Henry. They had OBJ for a season. They have Lamar, and then like what did they do with it? Like they haven't even got to the Super Bowl yet. So it's like yeah, if they can get there. Yeah, true. Honestly, I mean, yeah, it kind of is in a way. Like it's the Ravens just trying to get over the hump of the Chiefs, and they just can't seem to do it. But but yes, yeah. That's yeah, literally that's what they need is they need like the Bengals to get the Chiefs, and then the Ravens are like, all right, lit. Now we can sneak in after we beat the Bengals. Like this is the easy route. But yeah, so I got Chiefs Ravens for my conference championship for this year, and then this is where we got yeah, yes. Oh boy. Yeah, I think for NFC championship, I want to go. I feel like the 49ers kind of fall apart. I don't love the Eagles necessarily, but I kind of do. The 40 like I don't know, 49ers, Eagles, Cowboys. Let me get the Giants. No, I'm just kidding. Um yeah, I think I want to go Lions, Eagles. I think, for my NFC championship. I think the Lions, I'm just that's my kind of like my out there. Not it's not even out there pick because they made it last year, but like I think that I want them to just be hungry enough to do it again. Like I just want to see them do it again, get over the hump. I want to see Eminem get a Super Bowl ring. Yes, like yeah, I just want to see them do it. Like if I had to root for a team that's not mine this year, like I want the Lions to win. I want to see Jesse Kaiser lose his damn mind because the Lions won a Super Bowl. Like yeah, give me a buddy that's a Lions fan getting to celebrate. But yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles hold it together this year. I don't think that they fall off either. I have this weird in my mind right now where even though I'm picking the Eagles and the Lions to be in the championship, I feel like there's also a solid chance that neither of them are there. So it's like completely 50-50 at this point. Yeah, it definitely is. I like when you say seasons long because it reminds me of that meme where it's like whenever you're giving somebody life advice, but then at the very end you go, but I don't know, it's your life, so that's just what I would do. That's like your disclaimer of like, if this fucks up your life, I was just saying like that's what I would do. Like you were on your own, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. That's kind of yeah. I'm just saying is the same as like, season's long. Like it's yeah. That's it's when the Lions are like 4-12 and everyone's like, you thought the Lions were gonna make the conference champion? I'm like, hey, season's long. Season's long, man. Yeah. Give me Lions, Eagles. Really? Nice. That makes me feel better. Yeah. Yeah. There's no one else. Yeah. I am. That's okay. I am. That's fine. Because I also the yeah. Yep. And here's yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah. But but yeah. Yeah. Don't put that. Yeah. Yep. You got your raise, retire, take your Hawaiian shirts, and go on vacation, dude. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time for a couple of years, yeah, that's yeah, you ended up with some pieces that worked, but yeah, that's yeah, I don't think Sirianni is like a bad coach or anything, but it's just one of those ones where you have everything you could possibly need. Howie has done all the magic he could possibly do. What else do you need to make that happen? And if you can't get it done, somebody else probably can. Like you bring in like it'd be a crazy transition, but I think like Mike Tomlin would be like a sick coach for you guys because like a no bullshit, like you're gonna and he's another one though that like he's never gone negative. He always has his above 500 seasons, but like you're talking like 10 goddamn years now of like mediocre 10, 8 and 8 seasons. Like, are we gonna do anything about it? Or are we just gonna keep scraping by and barely making the playoffs? Like, yeah, I don't necessarily know that Tomlin's leaving, but I think you guys need like one of those like hard nosed, like old school, no bullshit coaches. Not the time in Denver. I don't know if you remember that. Denver had him as a head coach for about a year and a half, and that was a dumpster fire too. We had just a shit show of head coaches coming in there and making things worse. It was a nightmare. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's yeah. We've hired three different coaches who then left and came back as one of our coordinators. Like we have fired and then virtually demoted and rehired people. And I like it's just like what are like start over, get someone new, get out of the Kubiak, Shanahan, Belichick coaching tree, like just start over, get somebody new to come in here and redo the shit. Like, yeah, but all right. Anyway, yeah, moving on then from our NFC Championship picks, we both got Lions, Eagles. We both had the Chiefs. You had Bengals. I had Ravens. What's your Super Bowl looking like? Yeah, yeah. I'm- I did. I saw that. Yeah. I'm feeling 22. I sang that just so that Facebook will flag us again and be like, "You clearly used Taylor's song. That's her singing. Shut this video down." Taylor called and she said you're not allowed to use her music sample. Stupid Facebook rules. Really? You think the Eagles fumble it there? They're late? Or do you just think the Lions are so good? Yeah. 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 That fan base, yeah. Yeah. They want it so bad. They want it so bad. Yeah. No, no, no. And even then, Detroit is basically its own state anyway. Like you talk to somebody from Ann Arbor about the Lions, they're like, I don't give a fuck. Go blue, like big blue, baby. Like Maize or like Maize and blue. I don't care about that. Like they just care about other things around Michigan. Like Detroit is its own entity. It's kind of like Philly. Like people here, like I'm like, I could give a fuck. But like all you Philly heads are like die hard. I love it. Like every time I even get close to the city, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home. Give me back to my corn and my cow. Yeah, corn and cow fields is what I used to complain about, and now I'm like, "Put me back, give me back, give me back, give me back." But yeah, so I think that yeah, I think them going into Detroit, like that place will be on, especially because it's the same thing that they have. I think they were home last year, right? The 49ers came into Detroit and beat them, or were they in San Francisco? Actually, I think they were in San Francisco. I feel like they were in San Francisco. Yeah, 'cause that's yeah, but yeah, you're right though. A home game in Detroit, like I think that place damn near catches on fire and like yeah, yeah, again, yeah, because you guys will just out loud them. It was in San Francisco last year, so it wasn't even in Detroit, so, yeah, so that's yeah, they get a home game for the Super Bowl, like, yeah, I mean, Eminem's out there playing for free between these quarters just to get everybody screaming, so, yeah, alright, so you got Chiefs, Lions, um, I wanna be I just wanna be fun with it, and I don't wanna pick the Chiefs, but, like, I just feel like they're gonna be there, and I don't wanna not pick them because, like, the three-peat and everything is sweet, but I don't know. Give me Ravens. Give me Ravens, Lions. Yeah, because I think I like the Lions too. Yeah, I think I just wanna be bold and say Lamar will do it this year. Lamar's gonna get into the end zone, get into that final game. He looks slim, he looked good this year, the first game, except for that wide open miss, but even that, he had said it was like a miscommunication or whatever that, like, typically the receiver stops and the receiver kept running, so, like, it was one where we were looking at it as you clearly saw the guy and you threw it behind, but I think in his head was like he just threw it because that's where the guy was supposed to be. And yeah, so I think that I don't think it was a miss. Like I think the man can throw the ball. So yeah, I think that. But yeah, I like the Lions again. I just want them to make it. Like I don't have any super faith in Campbell or Golf or anything, but like I just want to see them make it and have like a Ravens Lions Super Bowl would be so sick. I think then in that case, the Ravens win. I think that moment and everything, as much as it's exciting for Detroit to get there, I think Harbaugh having Super Bowl experience, having other players on the roster with Super Bowl experience, I think that ends up being the difference. So I think that becomes like a coaching Super Bowl, that it won't be like a high scoring thing. Like I could see that being like a 13-7 kind of game, and it's just Harbaugh outplaying Campbell because Campbell just has not been in those positions before. And like Harbaugh beat his fucking in the Super Bowl. Like, there's no bigger moment that. I can't even imagine trying to do that and the extra layer of mental effort that goes into that. And then you got Campbell drinking 80 ounces of caffeine and snorting coke on the way to the stadium. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So it's yeah, you got a party city, you got New yeah, like yeah, I like if Baltimore makes it, I think honestly, if you want to, for me, Ravens slash AFC. I think the AFC wins it. I'll bet the AFC. I don't think the NFC has anybody strong enough to do it. I think Bengals, Ravens, Chiefs, I think there was another AFC. Dolphins could be the team we talked about getting over the hump. The Texans could surprise some people. Like I like all of them as far as Super Bowl. I don't love a lot of the NFC teams to be like super powerhouse. Like the Eagles make me nervous, the Lions make me nervous, 49ers make me nervous, Cowboys make me nervous. Like I don't like anybody out there to be like, oh hell yeah, they're gonna go. But I feel like there's like three or four in the AFC you can make that argument for. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say you're yeah. Yeah. Kind of going the same logic there. It's just has a chance. Eating some cheeseburger. Eating his cheeseburgers. Yep. What is just out of curiosity for research purposes? Andy Reid wife. Good for you, Andy. Good for you. Yeah, retire. Go enjoy your beach life. Go hang out. Good for you, big dog. Go live your life. Yeah, no, I think you're right though. That it turns into a Reed versus Campbell thing too, and I think Reed is going to outcoach Campbell all day long if that's the case. Yeah, which is so weird. Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, yeah. Even then, I feel like with no Kelsey, like they still are a dangerous team. Like Kelsey could go down or be in depressed mode and quit football because Taylor cheated on him with Lil Wayne. But still, I don't think that the Chiefs are gonna like fumble the bag that bad. Like I said, even for mine, like I wanted it to be like a fun, bold pick, but like in my head, like I'm pretty goddamn sure the Chiefs are just gonna three-peat. Like they're just about to run the table. They're gonna be like 15-2 going into the playoffs, have a first round bye. They're going to beat the 4 or 5 seed Bengals or the Dolphins. They're going to beat the Ravens again, and then they're going to go to the like. It's going to be pretty cut and dry. But in my head, I'm just like, I don't know. Ravens Lions would be pretty cool. Yeah, it's a long season, but you do you though. Yeah, I'm so excited. Yes, yeah, that's another thing too. I will. I don't want to jinx a whole lot of it. And again, we're going to do recap tomorrow morning, but I don't think there's any like crazy injuries today aside from Jordan Love. Like nobody other like big name stars that I remember like went down or anybody out or Hmm, Ferguson, Jake Ferguson. Yeah, yeah, Jake Ferguson. Yep. To have MRI after early exit versus the Browns. Cool. Mm. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, though, I feel like that's a pretty good swing. So I feel like the last couple years we've had like opening day star running back ACLs, opening day star corner ACLs. Like we've had like handfuls of them over the first few games. That's actually true though too. That's true. That's a very good most of it gets out of the way in preseason. Yeah, that's but all right, cool. Um, no, that's yeah. I don't think we have anything else to us today. I mean, we're still trying to kind of play it out. Like I said, that's yeah, you guys are gonna learn this with us as we go. We're gonna talk off screen a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, like we're gonna kind of just discuss on screen and kind of go from there. Also, we have on here for like the MVP and offensive player of the year and all that like predictions, but I think we should do that after week one. I think I want to get just 1 week in, 1 week, see how everybody's playing, get a vibe for it, and then throw out those because like that's like yeah, yeah. I think the week before week one because the same thing with like college. We were looking at some of those college games and I was like, oh, there's no way in hell. And then yesterday I was watching, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, that's crazy. Like, yes, Northern Illinois. Like, yeah, that is wild. And then win. That's wild. Like, yeah, that's a forever change for that program. Floating around. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we did a take two of our first episode, kind of redo it intro. Well, I always have this to look back on. I'm excited. It doesn't, I don't know how long we'll do this or what it's gonna look like, but I love that phrase of your hundredth is always better than your first. So like at 100 episodes. Yeah, so like yeah, to us, for like if we make it somewhere and like things are looking good, or our editing and videoing is everything looks clean, and like in a year or whatever, however long it takes to hit that 100th episode, like we look back and we're doing like clips of it, like it's just it'll be fun and it'll be better on 100 than it will be tonight. Like so, yeah, that's just something that I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm okay with how raw and unscripted this is. We're just two dudes that have been friends forever talking sports. This is basically the same shit we would have done had we like if you were still playing Xbox, we'd be on Xbox having these same conversations, basically talking about who got hurt today, who won, did you see this game, and so yeah, so to be able to just throw it in a podcast felt like why not? I actually learned that last year. I ran we Googled how to get powdered sugar, and it was like you just blend it, throw it in the blender, and it'll be fine. A little couple drops of water and throw it in the blender. And I was like, wait, seriously, you can blend real sugar? Like it was just such a dumb moment where I was like, I cannot believe I did not know that. But yeah, cool. All right, yeah, I like it then. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think we're all good to go. Yeah, wrap up our pilot episode. See you guys, everybody.